Welcome to the girls, everyone. If you have been watching this season, I'm getting married.
She's getting married. I almost can't wait. It's like, oh my God, every minute.
You can wait. You're
I can't wait for the party.
I know, the party is going to be amazing. Yes. But we're doing a wedding series, and all of the people that I've chosen to be a part of the wedding are basically a part of this season of the girls. We're promoting local as much as possible, and today we have DJ Ruben on with us, and he's the DJ, and it's going to be, I just want a big party.
Well,
so
you know,
that's
the
dance
part.
the entire time. We don't even need chairs at the tables.
Yeah, that's the part. It's like you go through the whole part of, you know, the ceremony,
right,
and then the pictures, and then you're going to eat, and it's like finally
then
you can let loose.
Nobody's asked for a picture because I'm just going to be on the dance floor.
Oh, we'll be just taking candid shots of you. Shots, you get it.
Jeff goes, so this is like, that'll be your part of the wedding because he doesn't really dance, but.
That's okay.
That's all right. He'll eat and drink. Right.
Yeah. I always tell the grooms. I used to have the bridal chef. And I used to say to the groom, "Show up, pay up, and shut up."
Oh my
God! Like that were the three jobs. You know,
that's mean. So we're working on the invitations. I started them today because I'm going to make those myself because we're having a very intimate wedding. And I need to get sparklers because we're going to do a sparkler send-off.
Oh, and we're so sparkly. Yeah.
We are.
We're going to set everybody on fire with the sparklers,
yeah.
Jeannine.
I can't believe I'm giving sparklers to the people that are my dear friends and family because some of them shouldn't be even allowed a pen.
Well, it will be done safely because we'll have to check with Chief Leschko to make sure we'll get the safety.
She said to get the big, long sparklers. So that's what we're working on now. And if you saw our Facebook and follow us, Gucci and Rosie are getting fitted because they are the ring bearer and the flower girl. So they are getting their measurements.
Right, and they're
Rosie's having a very hard time finding a dress that fits her.
She is just the cutest little thing. Yeah. Now, she'll come in here while we're doing the show.
She's here.
And she'll start getting a little antsy because you're not paying attention to her. And you'll hear her little feet.
Yeah, so if you hear
she'll be
tap
dance. Yeah, tap
you'll
dancing.
Hear her.
Is she going to dance at the wedding, you think?
Well, no, she's only going to be at the church.
Right.
And then she's going to chill out because...
she'll do her part and come home and be exhausted.
She'll be
because
tired.
she's the diva.
She's the diva.
Yeah.
So she's getting her hair done that week. I have that set up. She's getting her dress. It's coming. And then Gucci, of course, was...
Well, I fitted him for his tuxedo, and it should be in any time. And he has an appointment to have his hair done as well because, you know...
Well, how about this? It was funny because my hairdresser was booking, you know, come in because I want to try on your veil and this. Well, my hair appointment was conflicting with Rosie's appointment. So I changed mine.
Well, of course.
Like a dinghy. I'm like, wait a second. But I changed mine and kept Rosie's because it's harder to get her in than me.
Exactly.
So, but here she is. The queen will be ready for the wedding. But if you're getting married or you're having an event and you're looking for a DJ for any occasion, this is a DJ for you. DJ Ruben, we're going to talk to when we come back, answer some of the questions that you might have. And I feel like we need a disco ball because we're ready to start
that's
dancing.
how I feel too. I have my sparkles on and I'm ready to go.
There you go. So we'll be right back. You're watching the girls here on SSP TV. Who's getting married out there? Who's getting married out there? If you're getting married or if you're looking for a DJ for an event, we are talking about what you should be looking for in a DJ because it's kind of like our job with photography and videography. Everyone thinks they're a videographer or photographer, but there's more to that, and there's a reason why you hire a professional. So DJ Ruben's here with us today to talk about the music industry, right?
Right.
So thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for allowing me to have you a part of my intimate wedding that's coming up.
I'm super excited about it.
We're excited too.
Some jobs you want, this was one of them.
Very good. Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So tell us about yourself. Tell us how you got started. And
Sure. I started as a kid, and when my parents would entertain and have parties, I was the guy I was the kid playing the records. You know, they had the TV with the stereo up on top, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
was the guy playing the music on that. And it just kind of translated all through high school. And in high school, I'd go to parties. I've had all the records that people liked. And in college, same thing. And I just kept doing it, and I enjoyed it. And one of the things, I started working at St. Luke's Hospital, and it was an orderly there while I was in school. And I started doing the nursing school parties. And so
At St. Luke's in
yes,
Bethlehem.
yes. And so the nursing school parties, you know, the nurses there, eventually they get married, and I started getting hired for weddings, and just kept kind of doing that. So
That's really
it's been
cool.
a blast.
You make it sound easy, but you know in your profession what needs to be done for a wedding, especially a wedding or a sweet 16
Sure.
or a, you know, any kind of party that you have. There's that certain touch that someone wants for their event. So tell us a little bit about, you know, what that is and what people should look for in the DJ.
Well, part of hiring a DJ is really understanding what you want, and is that there's a lot of good DJs in this area, and you know, I'm good friends with all of them, and or most of them, and so you have to know what you want and what they offer, and if you can match that, then you're going to have an awesome party. And so that's part of it, is really understanding what you want and contacting a DJ that might have that, and then
Give me an
asking all the
example.
right questions.
When you say what you want, like what, because some people might not even know what they want.
Sure,
So what,
and you're right, because most of them this is the first or second time getting
Right.
married. You know, they don't know. So I think a key thing is really understanding what your vibe is and what you want to accomplish at the party. So if you want kind of a club dancey vibe where people dance, you know, you want to hire a DJ that can make people dance, so that really understands how to curate the music and has the right equipment, the right lighting. And then if you want a guy that's on the mic all the time, you know, talking and kind of leading people, then you hire that type of DJ. And so really kind of finding out what the DJ's competencies are, and then how do they match up with what you're looking for.
How do you build the music library that you have? What's involved there?
Sure.
Is it music that you like, music that's most requested, and how long does that take
That's
you
a
to build
great
that?
question.
'Cause it's
'Cause
like,
that's
wow.
one of the things people don't really understand. You have to have, it's not what I like,
right.
it's what the customers want. And so you really have to kind of understand all genres. And so, you know, I have a lot of fun doing that. And that's kind of one of the things I really enjoy about the job is understanding the music and liking the music, and listening to different styles of music that I normally wouldn't listen to. So I belong to what they call record pools. And then these are professional associations that have records that are you know, paid for. And so you're not going on YouTube downloading low quality video. These are quality videos and records, and you just kind of accumulate them through the years.
I appreciate that. That's how we are with video. You're getting quality production. So for a wedding, we'll talk about that real quick. Right?
Of course. Let's
No,
talk
but we're-
about the wedding.
Let's talk about the wedding.
Sure.
So for weddings, anything goes anymore. Like people are having, you know, like they want either the traditional, you know, the wedding dance, or the what is it, the dollar dance or the chicken dance, and I don't want any of that, by the way. But you can have it, right? Or you cannot. You can
Right.
do things. You could do your first dance when you walk in. You could do your first dance in the middle. You could not do a first dance at all.
Right.
It seems like anything goes now, right?
You're absolutely right, and you know, people are spending a lot of money on it. The average wedding, according to Wedding Wire,
It's nuts.
is anywhere between 25 to 40 or 50. You can go higher than that,
Yeah.
but that's kind of an average. And so you have to be really happy with what the result is, you know. And so if you want the chicken dance, if you want the dollar dance, if you want the shoe game, you know, then
The
do
shoe
it.
game.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
But there's a lot of different things you can do, and people are very creative. It's amazing what they can do. So that's part of the consultation that I have with people is, again, let's sit down, let's talk about what your vision is, and let's see if we can make that happen.
And you can give them ideas as well
Right.
for those people who have no idea.
Absolutely.
You mentioned about the different types of dances. I guess different nationalities have their dances as well. So if you're doing the Italian wedding, you have to do the Italian tarantelle, and then you have the Jewish wedding where they put them up on the chairs and they're moving them around. So yeah, it's really exciting, I guess, for you to see the variety of things too.
And you meet so many nice people in a real happy setting. So I feel like, you know, I get the best of both worlds. I get to see them at their best, enjoying themselves, and I'm part of it. And so that's part of the attraction to me, is that I really enjoy that part.
Well, you are the party, because if you think about it, you go and you have cocktails, okay, so maybe there's some, you know, low cocktail music in the background, which I'm sure you do that as well. And then there's the dinner and the whatever, and then it's party time.
Right,
We're not dragging that out, though. That's going to be like...
Well, we're going to have party the whole time, right?
Right,
Jeannine?
right.
Okay.
So
So
it's
it's like I don't know how Jeannine is going to do this yet, but I remember at our wedding almost 50 years ago, I remember we had a live orchestra and a band, and I said, I want music all the time, and I want people to be able to dance all the time. So it's not going to constrict you where you're sitting at a table and eating, and like it's all structured out.
Right,
so
right.
people had just freedom to enjoy themselves from the time they walked in the door. And I depended on my music. So that you are the, you know, really
No
the wedding.
pressure.
Yeah, no pressure.
You're absolutely right, though. I mean, you think about it, and I salute you, Jeannine, for you know, getting a DJ early and kind of getting that stuff done. A lot of people wait to the last minute because they don't really think about it. They get the flowers, they get the dress, but the DJ is the one that's going to carry the party the day of, and he's the quarterback or she's the quarterback. They're the people that actually make things happen. So I try to do the best I can to coordinate with the photographer, the videographer, the kitchen, and make sure that everything goes well, so that you don't have to hey, can you do this now? Can you?
Right,
You
then
don't
you
have
have
to
the
keep
cake,
leading
and then
me.
you have this.
Everything's done. Everything's coordinated. Everyone has a schedule that I print out, and then it's all done.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah,
So you're like
yeah.
the wedding coordinator.
That's it.
as
I try.
well.
Pretty much.
It's
He
like
works with the
great.
wedding coordinator.
Yeah.
But you know, my job is the music, and that's kind of what I enjoy.
Well, music is life,
Yeah.
and then you bring the life to the party, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Music is definitely life.
It definitely is life.
So from talking about weddings, you do other parties as well, and you've seen like these huge parties that people are having now. Probably after COVID, everyone's just like, woo, let's party.
Yeah, I mean, after COVID, it became kind of a really stressful, because it was just one party after another, because people were catching up.
Well, they're breaking out.
Yeah, but I do, you know, Sweet 16s, I do retirement parties. It's just, you name it, I've done it. But you know, there's some things that are more specialized, like let's say a prom. You know, some bigger companies have the equipment to do it. I can do a small prom, but yeah, there's so much you can do. One of the things that I try to do is video as well. So I do the if it's a retirement party, I can put the pictures. People send me pictures. I put them all in a file, and then through the night I play them for them. You know, and some people see pictures that they hadn't seen in years, that they didn't even know they took, that someone sent me. And the tears, and it just brings me joy that I can bring that to someone. It's so much fun.
That's awesome.
Do you use props for your for the entertainment? Like, do you have props there for the people to get involved with? Like, how do you get the audience interactive? It's the worst thing to do. You're up there playing your heart out,
Right,
and doing all this, and no one's dancing.
Right.
So what do you do?
There's a couple of tricks, you know, that I've learned through the years from either other DJs or just kind of things that I've seen work. But it's either props or, you know, kind of having certain dances. Like the line dances are always something that work, you know, kind of an adult time. And then I also try to, you know, kind of the ebb and flow of the party. So, you know, you got your older crowd, you got your younger crowd, and you can't keep it going on one level for the whole time. So you have to kind of mix it, and the crowd will switch. You know, the crowd that's dancing will go get drinks, another crowd will come out and dance. So,
Am I the older crowd or the younger crowd at mine? I gotta think about that now.
Well,
Probably.
if you're my daughter, you're the younger crowd.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're here again with DJ Ruben Vargas. He's also known as Boony-V Productions.
correct.
And he plays everywhere. So not just, you know, if you're watching us maybe in Allentown or Wilkes-Barre or online, he definitely travels. So when we come back, we'll talk about that. And also, he's bilingual, so he can really adjust to anyone's taste. So stay with us. You're watching The Girls here on SSP TV.
Welcome back to The Girls. Today it's party time because we're talking with DJ Ruben Vargas, and we're talking about what makes your party special. And it's always the music.
Yes.
DJ, here's where you come in.
And you could even sing, because I said that I'm gonna sing.
That I don't do. I don't sing.
I sing.
Either does
But I can set it up so you guys can.
Either does
Celebrate
Jeannine.
good times. Come on.
When you want to end the evening and people are still
No.
dancing,
No.
have Jeannine come up and
not
sing.
true.
And that will get rid of everyone. I
Should
mean, you
your
don't even have
parents
to do that.
support your dreams? I want
Only
to be
if the
a singer
dreams are going
now.
to be a reality.
Rose
But
likes
you know
my
what? That is the thing.
singing.
At the end of the evening, if you've been hired to play like say till 11 o'clock, and people are out there going party crazy and whatever, do you sometimes just stay for a little bit longer? I mean,
Sure.
can the bride or the groom or
Sure.
whoever hired you come over and just request that you stay
I have
longer?
that in my contract. You know, there's specific hours, and then if they want to go longer, they can. One of the things that I always tell them is I don't charge you up front for it, because if I don't, sometimes the party needs to end.
Yeah.
And so
Okay.
it's a lot. You want to end on a high note. You don't want to end. And so. Yeah, if you paid me for it, you're going to want me to stay there. So I always tell them, if it goes longer and everyone's having a great time, let's stay.
Oh, that's great.
What do you think, Rose?
So
They
it's
are
an
bedtime
open-ended
snack.
type
Right,
thing.
right.
Yeah, because I've been to parties like that too, where some people, I don't know if sometimes it may have started later, and some people just have to get home if they have to travel or
Right,
whatever. So the
right.
party's over like half an hour, an hour before the real time that
Not
was
our
supposed to
party.
be.
Right.
No, ours is going to be going on for like
I've
3 or
had
4
some,
days.
they had me to 11, but it's 1 o'clock in the morning and they're still going, and
Awesome.
What does your setup look like? Because I know everyone has like an idea of what their setup like. What
Sure.
is how do you like to set up and
Sure.
that kind of
And again, that's something that's really important to ask your DJs. What does your setup look like? Because you want it to match kind of the vibe and the tone of the hall and what you have set up. So I have everything's covered and I can put lights behind it. It's like a white drape or facade, and then put lights behind it to match your colors. So that it's elegant. And the last thing you want to do is have like some kid's science project and with wires going all over the
or
place.
you're like an outside barbecue.
Right. I mean, there's a place for it, but a wedding is not. You're
Yeah.
trying to keep that as elegant as possible.
Right. And then the lighting.
Sure. More and more, I'm getting kind of keep it low key, the lighting. I think you start getting those blinky lights
Yeah.
and the lasers, and you're burning the grandma's retina, and so and I've done that. I've gone out into the crowd and actually kind of looked at what that looks like, and that's not that great. It looks good to the DJ because everyone's blinking, and the photographers hate it because they get the dots on
Right.
people. So I've lowered that tone a little bit, and I do more of ambient lighting, and it looks really great, and it's I think a lot more classy.
That is. Well, the crowd will sometimes come and request music. So can you accommodate requests as well?
I can, and
Only if
I
the
do.
bride says so.
And I do that. I always run it by the bride and groom. Say, am I allowed to get requests or do requests? Are there any do not playlist?
Yes, there is.
And if there is, I'll make sure if someone comes up and requests it, then I make sure I'll say, I'm sorry, I can't play
Don't
it.
let my dad touch the microphone unless I say. He'll be at the microphone every other song if I don't say he gets at least one song at the wedding.
I'll give him a wireless mic and he can just go out into the crowd.
Oh, my goodness. There you go. What is the most requested song? Is there some song that's like a staple for weddings, let's say?
It just depends on the bride and the groom and their kind of circle
crowd.
of friends. Yeah. I mean, there's some stuff that you play a lot of, and I keep a list of what I play the most of. There's like maybe the top 100 songs that I play, and
That makes it easy for the bride and groom when they're trying to pick their music as
Sure.
well, because they can't pick.
Well, it's also easy. We have these phones now with Apple Music, so I know that my fiance and I have our lists of top 500 songs that we have in our phone. So it's going to be easy to just go through them and know.
Right, right.
We're very organized.
And you can send it to me. I mean,
Yeah.
people send me their Spotify list. I
Right.
go through it, and I tell them up front. I said, I don't play every song on there, but I'll
Right.
pick from that group and kind of curate a nice set for you.
How many songs do you think, on average, you play at a wedding or an event? How many?
Depends on the hours.
Well, I'm saying,
Yeah,
like, how
yeah,
many songs
and
should we
so,
be prepared to? If we have like a top, we need these 10
I'm what they
played.
call like a technical DJ, and what that means is that I mix.
You're right.
So I can go from one song to another and beat match them and things like that. And so I don't let the song play all the way out unless it's like a special song.
Right.
Like if it's one that you say, hey, I love this song and I want to hear the whole thing, I'll play the whole thing. But in general, I play about 2 minutes of each song.
And how does the bilingual play into your business?
It helps.
Yeah.
I don't advertise it enough, I think, but I when people ask if I can play Spanish music or I can announce in Spanish, so I have to do announcements both in English and in
That's
Spanish.
great.
And so I can do that, and it kind of makes everyone feel welcome.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then, so how do you said you work with like the photographer, and how do you, like, what needs to be coordinated with them?
Most of the time they have these like shots that they have to do at certain times of the day
Oh,
to kind
okay.
of get the right effect. And so I want to make sure that I'm not calling them out into the dance floor to do something while they're going out.
Gotcha.
And so it just makes it all run a little smoother. But yeah,
I didn't know
absolutely.
if you used their light, if they used your lighting or anything for photos or whatever.
No, they have their own stuff, and
Yeah.
they're pros. They know what they're doing. I just let them do it. I want to make sure that I don't trip over them when we're doing things.
Everyone's self-sufficient, but
Yeah.
yet everything has to work together like the
Exactly.
spokes in a wheel. When it's time to cut the cake, he's talking about, I guess,
Right.
different things like that, and
Right.
then the mother and the
Right.
stuff
And more
dance or
I'm
whatever.
seeing a trend doing everything right up front. Because then all the attention's on the bride and groom, especially big outdoor events where if you have a break, let's say you do the announcements of them coming in, then they go sit down, eat, and then you want to get them up and do the father and daughter dance. People are already spreading out. You got to call everybody back.
Yeah.
And it takes away from the attention to you. And that's basically, it's your night. And you want everyone watching you.
Yes, we're going to have a spotlight on
Right.
Jeannine.
No.
In addition
Right.
to the
That's not-
tiara,
No.
we'll have a big spotlight attached to the
No,
back
we
of
just
her
joke.
tiara. And
We're-
it'll just
I'm
be,
just excited.
Yeah, and it should
For
be.
all
It's
my
a,
friends
it's
that
a
are-
lot of fun, and it's a great thing.
People come up to me all the time, ask me questions, that want advice on what they're doing with their wedding, and then some people think it'll take a year to plan. I mean, we planned our wedding in 2 weeks.
Exactly.
You know what you want, and I mean, again, we're having a very intimate wedding. It's not going to be that big, but it's going to be all the important people, right?
You still have to
Most
do all
of
the
it.
same things.
Right,
No matter how
right.
many people you
And
have,
then
it still has to be good.
we-
So do you have any break time in between? Do you play music, different kind of music for cocktails and different kind of music for,
Sure.
again, is it depending on what the bride wants?
Most of the time, and I always tell the bride and groom, I DJ during the break and during cocktail hour, because then I get to watch people. And what I'll do is I'll do those quick mixes every 2 minutes up, and I'll jump from 50s to 2000 and back, and just go I'm all over the place. But I'm watching people, and I'm kind of seeing who's grooving and who's having a good time. If I play something, they're like, oh, this,
Yeah.
then I know, scratch that off. But if I see that people are having a good time with it, then I know I'm going to put I'm going to do a set of this.
Yeah.
So if I play some 70s and I see that people are like doing their little disco dance, and I'm like, okay, let's do this.
Well, Jeff said I have to work on my dance moves too, so I have a lot to do before the wedding. You take events, you schedule events everywhere, right? So if people want to book you, how do they do so and all that?
Sure.
fun stuff?
Most of the time, people go on my website.
Okay.
And it's boonyv.com. So BOONYV.com, and that's probably the best way to book me. And there's an intake form there. You fill it all out, send it to me, and then you get an answer right away. Kind of pricing, and what I offer, and if I'm available.
Nice.
And if you're available. How'd you get the name Boony?
It was a nickname that my mom gave me when I was a kid, and so
And it fits right in.
it stuck. And if you would go to my high school and say Ruben, they go, Ruben who? If you say Boony, they'll know who you're talking about.
That's
Exactly.
awesome.
Yeah.
So you're doing this since a kid, and you're still a big kid because it keeps you
Yeah,
young.
absolutely.
And dancing. And what does your mom think about it?
My mom loves it. She was my biggest fan.
I guess. There's my son.
Yeah. I just talked to her this morning. She was like, "Oh, how's DJing going?" She always asks.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Wait till she sees you on TV.
Oh, yeah, what'd she say about the
I
show?
know. I didn't tell her yet. I'm going to surprise her and send her a video of it.
Isn't that
that's
wonderful?
awesome.
What's her first name?
Maria.
Hi, Maria. Got a great son over here.
Yes.
Thank
Great
you.
job.
So
Thank
What's
you.
her favorite song?
She loves the salsa and merengue and all that good stuff.
Nice.
Nice. That's
She's
good.
a big dancer.
That's
even,
great.
even now, she'll outdance anybody under the
Yeah,
table.
it's fun. That's one thing everyone can have in common is music, right?
Music, exactly. It's the language of the world.
All right. Well, we can't wait to see you at the wedding.
Looking forward to it. Thank you so
And
much.
again, if you want to book your DJ, you can check out Ruben Vargas, and you can go to the website. It's boonyv.com. This is the wedding series. Get married this year, right, Mom?
She's getting married.
And she has the countdown, so we're very excited.
Yeah.
And all in fun. But if you are engaged or you're planning a wedding, a graduation party even, or just a party in general to celebrate life,
We all need a
do
party.
it. COVID's over.
Absolutely.
It's time to party hardy. Right,
Well,
Rose?
We're going to go party now. So thanks for tuning in to The Girls. You can watch us over and over again online. Tell your friends. We'll see you next time on The Girls.